I'm not driving you anywhere. Yes, you are. Drive me. Come on. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? My world. Okay, I can do whatever I want. You can do, okay. Yeah, you're my boyfriend, and if you're not setting the standards in which I'm happy with, then you can leave. Okay, well, thank you for opening my eyes. Opening your eyes? How are you talking about? I mean, you never acted like this. You never acted like this. You can act however I want to act. So why did you choose nowadays? Because, you know what, honestly, I had really, really high hopes for today. I was expecting like something really, really magical was going to happen, and you're just a big letdown. You let me down in the biggest way possible. Like, I was expecting that you loved me enough to actually get me a fancy dinner. And instead, you bring me Cheesecake Factory. Okay. Yeah, you can get out of my car now. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Why? You can get out of my car now. Why?
But what did she expect from him at this point? After what happened, most would have understood his decision.
Because, I mean, I've heard all that I need to hear. I mean, I'm not, if you want cheesecake, I won't pay for it. Alright, I'll go in by myself, but you can do whatever you want then for your special day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yes, I'm serious. This is something for...
You're not gonna drive me home.
She's right. It's her world, and she can act however she wants on the outside of my car and my life. She just did the best favor by exposing herself. I love Cheesecake Factory, and I can afford to eat anywhere I want. I don't understand these ungrateful people. What's wrong with Cheesecake Factory? Don't take her home. She needs to get out of the car and leave him alone. No regrets. Be glad she showed her true self before it got too serious. She let her entitlement take over, and now she's likely the one who lost a good guy who was doing his best to make her happy. It's unfortunate because her actions probably ruined a solid connection, but at the same time, she did him a favor. Being in a relationship with this kind of dynamic isn't easy, so by ending things, he saved himself from a lot of future drama. She is displaying interesting behavior, and he took that into account when he asked her to leave his car. If she's acting this entitled as a girlfriend, he likely realized it would get worse if she became his wife, and that's exactly the kind of situation he wants to avoid. There's no doubt that social media has influenced her mindset. With this new wave of women constantly stating what they think they deserve online, it's easy to see how she might have adopted an inflated sense of entitlement. But this type of mindset often backfires, especially when dealing with a confident man. Men who know their worth are very selective about the women they allow by their side, and they don't overlook behaviors that signal future drama. She needs to realize that what works in theory on social media doesn't always translate into a successful real-life relationship. She was right when she mentioned that this is her world, and she can do whatever she wants. But she forgot that she was in his car. He also has the right to decide who gets to share it with him. That's why he made the decision to cut ties. It no longer made sense to invest in a relationship where respect was lacking. It's also important to note how things have shifted in dating. Not long ago, relationships were more natural and organic. People used to go out just to enjoy each other's company and spend quality time together. Nowadays, it seems to be more about how much will be spent, and that mentality is slowly eroding the genuine connections that used to be the foundation of relationships.
He thought he would have a great first date until she displayed a huge red flag. So he had to end things before it started.
Hey, thanks for getting the door for me. That was sweet of you.
Oh, no problem. You know, we always get the door on the first date.
Well, still, my ex never got the door for me, and I was with him for 5 years.
Oh, wow. How long have you been broken up for?
We've been done for 2 years now, but he still be doing petty stuff to get my attention. Like, boy, ain't nobody thinking about you or your new lame girlfriend. Like, please. I bet if she knew that he was still bothering me, she would leave him.
Yeah, I ain't worried about your ex, though. Which one you get food at?
It don't matter. Anywhere but Fridays, though, because my ex used to take me to Fridays on Friday after 10 with his cheap self. Like, seriously.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, I like your shoes.
Thank you.
Yeah, my ex be wearing Crocs with the Nike pins. Like, boy, get out of here with them crikeys on. Like, ugh, you can't even dress. Ugh.
Hold on.
Anyways, where we going?
I'm about to double back to your house the same way you keep doubling back about your ex every 5 seconds. I'm not here. You're not here with your ex. You here with me.
But ain't nobody thinking
Nah,
about
red flag. You going home.
She is still not over her ex. Why is she trying to meet people when she clearly hasn't moved on? Women always want a man to be emotionally intelligent until he is emotionally intelligent enough to know when he is wasting his time. Where does your ex live? I'm about to drop you off there. He lives in her head, rent-free. If someone's bringing up their ex unprovoked that much, they're obviously still checking up on them. Major red flag. If you haven't moved on, stop trying to date. Bringing him up on a first date once is one too many. Why is he at the front of your mind and you can't help but have thoughts and words about him? This man showed incredible patience and grace because most guys would have called it a night between 1 to 3 strikes. Her behavior clearly showed that she still has feelings for her ex, and that's never a good sign on a date. He did the right thing by dropping her off because it's obvious this date would revolve around her ex and no one has time for it. If she redirects the conversation to her past relationship, it's a strong indicator that she hasn't moved on. If she constantly brings up her ex, it shows she is still emotionally invested in that previous relationship. In cases like this, it's crucial to recognize the signs early. If you realize your date hasn't fully moved on, the best thing you can do is give them the time and space to sort out their feelings. You don't want to be involved with someone who's still hung up on their ex because that's a recipe for emotional baggage and potential heartbreak down the line. It's also telling that she was so focused on her ex that she seemed to forget she was on a date with someone else. The last thing her date wants to hear about is her previous relationship. This lack of awareness is another sign that it wouldn't make sense to continue or pursue anything further. It's clear that her mind is elsewhere, and until she's able to move forward emotionally, she shouldn't be trying to meet people. He made the right decision by recognizing the situation and gracefully ending the evening.
Next, we have a modern woman who is demanding her partner to play the traditional role, but on the flip side, she is not willing to give the same energy.
This is your ideal date? Like, you just bring me to like literally nowhere? This is the date that you had me dress up in a dress and everything?
Do you cook for me? Do you clean the house? Bro, we literally had to hire a maid just to clean their fucking house because you literally didn't want to do that. We go out to eat every single day because you don't cook. Yes, this is a date for you.
Take the cleaning lady on a date. Don't give her an explanation. The man is speaking some facts. Do you cook for her? Do you clean the house? Why is it her job? You want value, bring value. I would be happy just to spend time with him. Based on her mindset, we can imagine how much he would save if he decided to let her find someone else who can give her the lifestyle she wants. This would be a wise move, as it would also give him the opportunity to find another woman who is willing to fully invest in the relationship. Not only would this decision spare him from further drama, but it could also lead to a more balanced partnership with someone who is genuinely interested in contributing equally. The funny part is when she tried to ask him to do more, despite not being willing to contribute her fair share to the relationship. If he felt the need to hire a maid to do things for them at home, it clearly meant that she wasn't fulfilling her part of the deal. She shouldn't expect him to go above and beyond when she isn't putting in the effort herself. In fact, he's already doing quite a bit by simply taking her out on dates, and she needs to recognize that. I'm glad that he was confident enough to explain why he chose to take her to that spot. This should make her understand that as long as she isn't putting in the right energy and effort, she will continue to receive this type of response from him. Now, it's entirely up to her to decide whether she wants to change her attitude or continue down the same path. I wonder what her real contribution to the relationship is. Perhaps she thinks that merely showing up is enough, but in reality, it's far from the truth. A relationship requires more than just presence, it needs equal participation.
Why are there so many women that feel like men need to take care of them? Oh, I'm looking for a man that's gonna take care of me. I don't want to work. Well, that's lazy of you. No woman should just want a man to take care of them. Is it good, to be taken care of? But men want to be taken care of too. So if you're not bringing nothing to the table and you're just a bill, then you don't think that man is going to cheat on you? If you're not bringing anything to the table but then why does he need you? There's a girl up the street that got the same thing. If that's what you are, then he's literally going to treat you as such. So, yeah, I just really don't understand this generation of people. Like, yo, make sure you're bringing more than just your just saying.
I approve this message. You speaking nothing but the truth. I would love to hear the responses. This is a powerful woman. She has a valid point, especially considering our current economy. Currently, most households require 2 incomes to maintain financial stability. Therefore, expecting a man to handle everything alone is unrealistic in most cases. Times have changed, and with the rising cost of living, it's essential for both partners to contribute to the relationship financially. It's important to note that most men already have enough bills, so adding more financial pressure by expecting them to cover all costs without contributing can make the relationship less sustainable. In a healthy partnership, both individuals should bring more than just bills to the table to improve the likelihood of long-term success. A relationship is about building a life together, which means sharing responsibilities, including finances. One of the key challenges in modern relationships is the disconnect between traditional gender roles and today's independent lifestyles. For some reason, this generation often pushes the narrative that men should maintain their traditional roles as providers. However, many of these same people are not willing to reciprocate with the same energy and expectations that used to accompany those roles. This creates an interesting contradiction. Women often desire a traditional man who will provide, yet they also embrace independence and don't want to adhere to traditional roles themselves.
Welcome to our self-development section. Today we have another great life lesson. It's dedicated to those who dream of having their own business but are still on the fence about it. It also serves for those who already started it, but for some reason were discouraged due to struggles it presented. Also those who gave up of their idea and dreams completely due to lack of belief or courage. In this section, we will see an example of how far a small idea can go. You will understand that the struggles it usually presents are just part of the process for a bigger thing.
I'm worth over $100 billion, and a very significant portion of my wealth was made from owning Coca-Cola stock. We own roughly 400 million shares, and that yields Berkshire a little less than $1 billion a year in dividends. Now, you probably wouldn't believe it, but Coca-Cola's first year in business, they only sold about 25 bottles. That should be a testament to anyone here listening. That business is a marathon, not a sprint. Success takes time, persistence, and continuous effort. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean you're not on the right path. Keep pushing forward, stay dedicated, and believe in your vision.
If this didn't inspire you enough to get you back to your craft, I don't know what else you need. What other proof do you need to let you know that whatever you are thinking or working on can actually work? It can actually become something big. All you have to do is believe and work on it. Every single successful business you know about at one point was just an idea, and at some point, the person who had that idea decided to act on it. They knew that they had to do something to make it work. But don't fool yourself into thinking that they didn't face any challenges, because they did. And I am certain that there was a lot of challenges along the way, just like Coca-Cola had. But the difference between Coca-Cola and other companies that didn't make it is the fact that Coca-Cola's owner didn't give up. He knew that if he gave up on it, the company would have failed. So he decided to keep going, even when the results weren't promising. And this is the mindset I want all of you to have. You need to keep going. Don't even stop until you achieve the level of success you want. The other thing I want you guys to work on is self-belief. You must believe in yourself. For this to work, it must come from you. You need to see it before it happens. Don't expect people to believe in your dream because they won't. So your dreams depend on you only. So don't let it down. Bring it to life. Do the same thing the Coca-Cola owner did. He kept pushing it, even though things weren't good. So if your business is failing, keep pushing it, make the necessary adjustments, but never quit. And remember, you only have a failed business when you give up on it. You never lose or fail. Instead, you learn and move on. This is the winner's mindset, and I want all of you to adopt the same mindset. This is all for today's video, and we hope you like it. Make sure you check our channel tomorrow for another great content. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate that.